Our cows! What's up, guys? Haven't come on here in a minute. Oh my goodness, September is always crazy. Kids are always starting school. There's like getting back into the routine, fall catalog launches. It's just like such a busy time of year. And sometimes you can feel like you are stretched too thin. And I will tell you, I'm in that season right now where I feel I am stretched way too thin. But I still love working my business. Hey, Gina. What's up, girl? Oh, good. I'm glad comments are working. Usually that doesn't happen for me very often, or right away at least. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just feel so scattered, but I do love working my Scentsy business, as chaotic as I can be on the end of things. So Scentsy keeps me grounded. So hi guys, hi Tia, what's going on? Tag and invite your teams, guys. I know it's hard to like actually send invites, but if you could tag people in the comments, because I know that this is a video that's long time coming. I always talk about like showing this, or I always have the best intention to show my samples, my office, things like that are working for me. And so it's just one of those things that like I'm always like I'm gonna do, and then I can never get around to. So just tag your people because I want to make sure that they see this. I wanted to quickly talk to you guys about oh my god, here we go, sampling, right? Why it's so important to sample to your customers. And don't mind the mess behind me. You had to see what I was doing the past 2 days. All right, so I am very big on bulk sampling. Okay, about once or twice a month I sit down and I bulk sample everything: wax, room sprays, counter clean, Scentsy Fresh, Scentsy Soak, everything. Because if you guys know me by now, and for those of you who don't know me yet, I'm a squirrel. I'm a big squirrel, and I rely on my husband's schedule to work my business. Like, his schedule determines when I work. So I literally have like small pockets of time in between 3 children. My daughter is going, she's 19 months, so like life gets busy, right? Like, we can all relate to that. So when I come to work my business, I need to make sure that what the things that I'm doing are income producing, and I'm not first sitting down making samples, or when I'm packaging an order, or I'm sending out thank you mail, or I have a Scentsy Club order, and I'm first sitting down and doing the samples. I'm first sitting down and doing the labels. Is that you guys? Have you ever done that? Have you ever felt like in the moment you're sitting down, you're making flyers, or you're printing things out like on the spot? And I can tell you I've done that for years, until I realized I need to get systems in place, and bulk sampling once or twice a month is a system. So if you can find, I would say what I just did today, or yesterday and today, it took me 2 days. But I was also in between a baby. I had, I was stopping here and there. My in-laws came over yesterday. So I was like in and out of bulk sampling in my office for 2 days, but I was also getting distracted. Let me close my door. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I don't know if he put the baby down. But anyway, so I like I said, I like to bulk sample like 1 or 2 times a month. What do you guys do as far as sampling? Is anybody sending samples to their customers? I want you guys to know it is the smell that sells, okay? So if your customers are not smelling our fragrances, they're not trying the products, then they're more than likely not thinking about it. They're not wanting it. And really, it's the smell that sells. Anytime you introduce Scentsy to people, anytime they smell the fragrances, anytime they see the catalog, like not online, they are more inclined to order, okay? And sending samples to your customers is also a part of customer service too. And your customers are gonna shop from you the more they feel valued from you, and the more they feel appreciated, right? So it's all a ripple effect. And so this is why I bulk sample in my business. And what I do is I get all of my sample, like my deluxe size samples go to my Scentsy Club members, okay? And I want to talk to you guys a little bit real quick about Scentsy Club, and then I'm going to show you all of my samples and how I utilize this in my business to get club orders, okay? So first of all, who knows about Scentsy Club? Do you know what Scentsy Club is? Do you have any club members, any customers who are on Scentsy Club? Are you enrolled in Scentsy Club, okay? Because here's the thing, you guys, you cannot share and promote something that you don't know about, okay? So I highly encourage you, if you don't know about Scentsy Club, to learn about it. you have to know what the perks are, right? You have to know that if a customer joins Scentsy Club, what are they getting? Now, I treat my Scentsy Club members as my VIPs. I call them my club members, and they know that every month that they place a Scentsy Club order or their club order ships, they get a special goodie box from me in the mail, or a goodie bag, or whatever. Doesn't have to be a box. Tia says, love the club life, myself and 3 other club members. That's awesome. Yes, so Scentsy Club, if you're new or you're unaware, in a nutshell, is our auto shipment program, okay? Which, guys, why are we not getting our people on Scentsy Club? That should be the first thing that we talk to about our customers. Auto shipments. Do you know what that means for you? Guaranteed PRV that you don't have to work for. Guaranteed PRV that you don't have to work for. So it should be your goal to get people on Scentsy Club every single month. You should go for a minimum of at least 2 new Scentsy Club members a month. Right? Like, you go for orders, right? We reach out, we have parties, we look to meet new people. Why are we not introducing Scentsy Club? That should be like your number one thing that you talk to about people. If you have customers who are like, oh my God, I love this scent. Do you have this anymore? Like, I had somebody the other day reach out to me and she said, do you have satin sheets? I don't see it on your website anymore. And I was like, oh, that's actually a discontinued fragrance. But girl, just so you know, if it ever comes back, you should add it to Scentsy Club, because you can get it made for you forever, even if it sells out or discontinues. Right? Like, that's the best perk about Scentsy Club. And honestly, when you tell that to people who love their favorite fragrances, especially on months where we have items being discontinued, or even every month when we have an LTO, like a Disney fragrance, right? Like, for instance, the Roll the Dice, which I'll show you all my samples in a second. But this scent, I love it. Have you guys smelled this from the Nightmare Before Christmas in the Harvest Collection? This scent is so freaking good, right? So, like, anybody who really loves this scent, after they try it, because it's a smell that sells, right? And after they try it and they love it, I say, girl, make sure you add that to Scentsy Club. You have up until the end of this month, because, again, knowing about Scentsy Club, right? When a new scent comes out, they have 30 days to add it to their subscription. So it's while supplies last, but it's 30 days from the time that it launched that someone can add the limited time offer fragrance. So a fragrance that is not in our normal catalog, that it comes out, it's an LTO, limited time offer, and it can sell out, okay? Did anybody know that? You have to know these things, right? So real quick, orders over 30, people get 10% off. Your customers will get 10% off orders over 30, okay? So if you have customers who are buying a 6-pack of bars, okay? How many of you sell 6-packs on the daily, right? Customer buys a 6-pack of bars, you need to tell them, girl, it's $30. You add this to Scentsy Club, you get 10% off. And they can auto ship that. So they're loving those fragrances, they're buying them, right? And now they can schedule their shipments every 1, 2, or 3 months. And they get 10% off their purchase. So orders over 30, you get 10% off. Orders over 60, you get that 10%. Plus you get an additional item at half price. So they can get bricks at half price. There's special bricks for Scentsy Club members that are not available to anybody else. Whiff boxes also. How many of you are selling whiff boxes? Our auto shipment box. Our subscription box. They can get those for $15 on Scentsy Club if they have a $30 purchase. Like, let's say they buy a 6-pack of bars, they get that for 10% off, plus they get a half price. Oh, I'm sorry, no, that's a $60 purchase. As long as they have a $60 purchase, they can get an additional item half price. Whiff boxes, bricks. It's really, really awesome. Okay, so this is not, I don't want to go too deep into like the benefits of Scentsy Club, but I highly suggest go on your workstation, search Scentsy Club. There's lots of trainings. Even on this team page, if you search Scentsy Club, I'm sure I have done trainings in the past on the benefits of it. But it should be a focus for everybody. That should be your VIPs, okay? The people who order from you all the time are going to be your Scentsy Clubbers. And the people who are clubbing with you, more than likely, are going to end up joining. Because what happens is when someone who is a Scentsy Club member of yours, when they join, did you know that their Scentsy Club order automatically goes under them when they join? So they can literally get paid to be a Scentsy Club member. And that's another recruiting tool that you can use with people too. You can say, hey girl, did you know you could get paid to club? Like, you order from me so much, every single month you have all this orders coming out. Why don't you just enroll as a consultant and it'll go under you and you get paid on it, right? Like, there's so many benefits to Scentsy Club, you guys. So I want to see some hand claps if you're going to start sharing Scentsy Club, and because I'm telling you, it's such a good investment into your business. when you put your focus into it. And they say where you put your focus, where focus goes, energy grows, okay? So you have to talk about Scentsy Club. You can't just like hope that people are going to understand it, because if they don't know about it, why would they join? Why would they want to enroll, right? It's the same thing with the business opportunity or products in general. If you're not talking about it consistently, they're not going to do it. They're not going to know about it. And statistics show that somebody needs to see something on average 7 times before acting on it. So you need to talk about it consistently, okay? I love to talk about Scentsy Club in my stories. People like to see. People are visual online especially. So show them. If you have a whiff box that you purchased that month yourself, let's say you just happen to get a whiff box, right? Go on your stories or go live on Facebook or go in your VIP group. Real quick, I know I drift all the time, you guys, but there's a method to my madness. It's a good thing to go live in your VIP groups, yes, because your customers are there, and if you don't have customers who are on Scentsy Club, for sure, you want to tell them the benefits about being club members, but you also want to meet new people, okay? Don't just stay in your warm network in your VIP groups that I know some of you are very comfy in. Get outside your network. That's why stories is a game changer. Get out of your comfort zone and do a video on stories and talk about it. Like unbox the whiff box and say, hey, did you know if you add this to Scentsy Club, you get 10% off? Because it's $30 for the whiff box, right? So just little things like that. You have to talk about it. It has to be consistent if you want to get people on, okay? So let me talk about the samples real quick. I'm going to show you what I do. Let me flip this around, hang on. So like I said, I bulk sample, and guys, do me a favor, comment, tag your people, because you know me, guys, hot mess, hot mess, hot mess. Sorry, of course, Facebook is showing all these other things. Just tag your people, because it's not letting me do that, okay? Invite people to this video because Facebook algorithm hates me. All right, so this is my sample setup here, okay? And by the way, I'm gonna show you guys, after this at some point, I'll put up a bunch of links of where I get all this stuff so that you can do it as well, okay? But this is basically a little cart that I got on Amazon, okay? I have it here right behind my desk. And I have myself set up. So again, I'm doing this 1 to 2 times throughout the month, depending on how much I'm going through, okay? First, over here, I'll show you some signage, okay? Now, I make all my stuff on Canva. Listen to me, guys. You can do hard things. Don't say, I can't do that. How do I do that, right? You have to learn how to teach yourself if you want to be a business owner. And that goes with anything. I didn't know how to make this. I didn't know how to do all of this. I literally watched some YouTube videos and I learned a thing or two, okay? So I make all my images on Canva. You can do this. Like I said, there's tons of tutorials online. But figure it out. Play with some buttons. It's really not that hard. Canva is awesome. It's self-explanatory and it's free, okay? So it's canva.com, C-A-N-V-A, okay? I know people are going to ask me about the Bitmoji. Now on Canva, they actually have a Bitmoji plugin. So if you just hook up your Bitmoji account, like if you have the Bitmoji app, you can go on Canva and you can put in your information, and you can even get little avatars of yourself right in Canva. So you can put them right on there. It's so cool. I love that they did that. And also, I know someone's going to ask me about the QR codes. You can now do QR codes on Canva too. Super easy. You just put in the link that you want the QR code to go to, hit generate code, and it comes up right on the image for you to put it on your flyer. Super freaking easy, okay? Yes, those are from Amazon, Tia. I love them because otherwise I'm messing around with like, you know, freaking plastic and paper and it's spilling all over the place. So anything that helps me be more efficient in my time where I could just grab and go, I love, okay? So the reason why I'm showing you this is because I'm intentional. Every thank you order that I get, every customer mail out that goes out, whether it be local or in the mail, they get signage about Scentsy Club because I want to tell them what the benefits of why they need to be in there, okay? So, are you in the club? Yes, right? And now they know. Member-only discounts, half-priced items, exclusive bricks, customizable shipping schedules, skip or cancel anytime, and the best, always get your bar. But wait, there's more. Sign up as a consultant and get paid to club with every order. You receive up to 30% back in your own pocket. Now, of course, 30% would be if they had 2,000 in sales in 1 month, but they could get up to that, right? So that's why I put up to 30%. Anyway, so you can see, you have to understand how this works in order to promote it to people. You have to understand how Club works, but it's really so awesome. So what is Scentsy Club? It's our auto shipment program, and it just basically, I could share a template of this too if you guys want, and that way you can create your own. But it talks about like the perks. Again, remember when I said 30% off, they get, or $30 get 10% off, 60, etc., right? I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But these are my thank you flyers. I print these at home too on cardstock. I make them on Canva and print them at home. It's free. You could also order cards on Canva. So let's say you made it. You can also like order them as if same thing where you do on Vistaprint. And it's super easy. I love Canva. It's my favorite. And so anyway, this is like all my Scentsy Club flyers that I have. These are ones that this is like a one that I made a long time ago, which I kind of have to update that. These are for club members, so people who are already in the club, it just sends a QR code to Scentsy Club so that in case they need to update their shipments, because I want to let them know they can go in and edit it, they can add items, they can take them out. These are my Connect cards, so I always point people to my social media. Always, always, always you want to connect with people, right? So every piece of information usually has, in some way or another, a link to my social media, because I want them to know that they can find me and get exclusive specials and promotions by following me on social media. This business is built on relationships, you guys, relationships. So you have to connect with your customers. And where do people connect? On social media, for the most part, right? So I'm always pointing people to add me on social media. And this says here, look, please add me on social media. I'd love to stay connected and keep you in the loop of any current Scentsy specials or promotions. Scan the QR code and add me to social or join my Insider Club. My Insider Club is just my VIP group. I just call it an Insider Club. Okay, so those are my thank you cards. These. Now, what I'm about to show you here, okay, you may or may not have all this, especially if you're new, and that's fine. I'm not saying you need to go out and spend money and do all of these things. You can even do something as simple as this, okay? And there's been plenty of files that have been uploaded here in this group on the Files tab. We also have a team Google Drive. Guys, you got to scroll the group. So many times people have questions and they're like, how do I have this? I'm like, scroll the group. It's been shared here so many times. We have a guide section. There's albums. There's files. There's so much information here at your fingertips, okay? But this is a perfect way to send fragrances to your customers without having to break the bank, okay? These are the rub and smell stickers from the consultant store, and I just created this and put it on a sheet. Easy, they can scan the QR code, and if you notice, I said scan here to bundle to save 6 bars for 30, right? Buy 5, get 1 free. This QR code goes directly to the bundle and save link where they can add 6, buy 5, get 1 free bar. It's not just going to my regular website where they're going to go on there and get overwhelmed with a million products. I'm intentional. I want them to buy 6 bars. So that's why I do that. And I am always very intentional with my QR codes too. I put my QR codes to exact spot of where I want it to go. These are just obviously Scentsy, like Warmer of the Month flyers. I have some Harvest brochures that I need to finish sending out. But anyway, these are just like, this changes for me monthly depending on what I'm sending, okay? Felt samples, okay? Felt samples. Again, I made these on Canva. These are Avery labels. It's the address labels, 5160. You can make them on Avery.com, plain and simple. You can make them on Microsoft Word. I like to do mine on Canva, and then I upload it to Avery.com. It's very simple. But felt samples. Felt samples are the best for mailing. They're light, they're flat, and if they melt, the felt reabsorbs the wax. So I do these, the only people who do who I give felt samples to are my regular customers who are not on Scentsy Club, okay? Now, I do have a customer mail out system. Where's my thing? Hang on 1 second. I just want to grab something to show you. Oh, where is it? What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I do have a customer mail out system where whenever someone places an order with me, they get a felt sample in the mail for 3 months following their purchase, and then on the 4th month they get another one in the mail with a new card that says, oh no, your free samples are about to run out, place an order if you want to continue getting free samples, okay? So this is a great follow-up system, a great customer mail-out system to help you get those repeat orders, which I'm not going to dive into the full details on this, but I have done trainings on them in the past, so just search customer mail-out, follow-up system, anything in this group, and it'll come up, okay? But this is what my regular customers get. Customers who are not on Scentsy Club, they get the felt sample, okay? And usually it's the scent of the month. So right now, September, this is what they're getting, okay? So I actually have to get my August. So anybody who ordered from me in August is getting the felt sample, okay? So those I have to get out, and this changes monthly as well. So next month it'll be the October scent of the month that I'm sending for September. Regular wax samples usually go to Scentsy Club members, unless someone's local or they request a specific scent. I just happen to have the Roll the Dice fragrance in here, but this changes too. Sometimes I'll have a whole bunch of different wax samples that I'm sending. I just happen to do this because I'm sending this to my club members this month. But these are, I love this fragrance. And you can see, open the camera and scan to order. Normally with limited time offers, I tell them to add to Scentsy Club by such and such date. Because remember when I said they can add this fragrance 30 days after it launches to Scentsy Club, okay? I didn't have it on here, but normally I would put that. Okay, so these are wax samples. I also have these two, you guys. Listen, if you're like, oh my God, I don't have that. Where do I get all this? Seems overwhelming. Go on the Scentsy Consultant store, and they have these. They have the regular hand body cream, you know, the body samples, body creams, hand wash, hand soap. It's all right here. It's super easy. I put these also on an Avery label, and I just stuck it on there with a QR code. I'm big on QR codes because I feel like it's simple. You could just point people to order, and it takes them right to your website where they would more than likely place the order, okay? So these are just, again, little body samples. I usually keep extra labels in the drawer in case I need to make more. Scentsy Soak, okay? Here, these are Appleberry. These are from the new Harvest Collection Scentsy Soak that we have. These go to my club members. I don't just send these to anybody. Pretty much everything in here goes to club members except for my felt samples, like I said, which go to my regular customers. But these go to my club members. So they'll get a shipment. When their order ships, I'll load them up like on a bunch of these samples and send them out, okay? Again, QR code takes them right to that very product on my website. It doesn't go to the home page. It goes to the Appleberry Scentsy Soak so they can add it to their cart right there. These are all sorts of pet products. Again, these you can get on the Scentsy Success Store, the consultant store. Very simple. And then we also had, well, before they had that, I made my own sample. So it's the same exact thing, but that was before they had these on the Success Store, and now this is the little dog deodorizer, okay? And I'm going to talk to you guys about how I do all this and where you can get all this stuff, but I'm just showing you the different types I have right now, okay? So that's for pets. You can see all of my drawers are labeled: felt samples, wax samples, body samples, Scentsy Soak. I don't have a label there, but it should say pets. Room sprays. Now these are a little big for room sprays. These are a 5 milliliter, but normally I do a 2 or 3 milliliter, but this is all I had. So this is the scent of the month. If you enroll in the Warmer of the Month kit, you get the room spray, you get the bars so you can make your samples. That's why I love Warmer of the Month, because I utilize it. I invest it back into my business, okay? So room spray samples, laundry samples, again, Scentsy Success Store. I just put a label on it. You can do it however. I know this looks bougie, right? You're like, oh my God, how do I do a label like that? Just freaking put a label like that. Put your name and your contact information. You don't need to go crazy, but I like to be extra. And again, I make all of that on Canva, but that's laundry samples you can get on the Success Store. I know sometimes you can even make like your own samples. It depends on whatever you want to do. This is the fabric spray. Well, it's Scentsy Fresh, but I write fabric spray because people don't know when you say Scentsy Fresh what that is, and I don't want them spraying their bodies with this. So I put aloe water and cucumber, fabric spray, takes them to the product. This is a large sample, but again, it's for my Scentsy Club members, the people who are ordering from me every month on a consistent basis or every couple of months, whatever. Same thing with the counter clean. This is from the new Harvest Collection, which, by the way, have you guys smelled this? It's so good in the counter clean, the red pan pomegranate. And then dish soap. So I like to sample dish soap like this. These are little cosmetic sponges. I want to see, where are they? These, hold on. This is what they look like, believe it or not. You can get these on Amazon if you just search compressed cosmetics face sponges. When you wet it, it opens up like a big sponge, and it's perfect for mailing. It's flat, and I put like a squeeze of the dish soap on it, and I just close it and put a label on it, okay? I love our dish soap, you guys. If you're not using our products, how are you going to share them with your customers? Our dish soap is so good. I love it, okay? And then there's that, and then I also have this. Now, how many of you have a million testers lying around that you're not using? Probably. I could see everybody. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I want to get some feedback here. Like, tell me if these are things that you could do, right? So this, if you have a bunch of testers, they're just sitting there. Give them away. Remember when I said it's the smell that sells, right? Like, make people feel special. So these go to my club members. Again, retired scent alert. Pop the top off and flip me face down in your warmer. Then ask me how you can flip your business for free this fall. This QR code goes to the join page so that they can scan that and go. There's a video on there that shows them all about Scentsy. And so anyway, it's just a little something that I throw in there. I give them a free, deluxe size tester. And then again, they can just a little like seed of joining, right? And this can even be a conversation starter. Someone can say, oh my God, I love that fragrance that you gave me. This could be a conversation starter for Scentsy Club. Right? If someone's like, oh my God, I love that. And you could say, oh, this is like, that was an old discontinued scent. It's no longer available. But anytime you want to, hold on, anytime you love a fragrance, make sure you add it to your Scentsy Club. So that could be a conversation for Scentsy Club. It could also be a conversation for joining, because then, when they see this and they say, oh, hey, tell me about that. What do you mean by flip your business for free, right? Like that, they can do with the host exclusive. So it's very intentional. I don't do things that are not intentional in my business. Everything that I do has a purpose, okay? So those are for retired scents. And then I also have this one here, which is kind of similar. Club member exclusive. This deluxe size sample is only available in Scentsy whiff boxes. Add a whiff box to your next club order of $60 or more and get one for half the price. So these are you ever get these in the whiff boxes, these giant samples, and do you ever use them, or do they just collect in a drawer like they do for me? Because that's what I did. And then I was like, what am I doing? I need to do something with this. So I just put them in a bag, and it's pointing people to upgrade their order pretty much, right? Or people who, let's say, a lot of times like local orders, I will put larger samples in too. If it's like a home party or a host, maybe somebody who hosted a party for me, even if they're local or not, I usually give my host deluxe size samples too. So this, again, it's a conversation starter. They get this, they're like, oh wow, thank you for that huge sample. What's a whiff box, right? Oh, $60 or more, I get it for half the price. Oh, cool, right? So again, intentional. It's purposeful. I'm doing everything with a purpose, with the assumption that I'm going to get club orders, or the assumption that someone's going to join, right? That's like my goal with everybody. If they're not joining, the next best thing would be Scentsy Club. So those are the samples. Real quick, I'll show you guys here. My office is kind of a mess. But I like to try and stay as organized as I can. Okay, so you can see here, I got all my catalogs and order forms, which I need to replenish. But you can get order forms on the Success Store, or you could print them out, which I do. Anyway, catalogs and order forms. I have all my poly mailers here. So poly mailers are the things you can send, to your, for mailing. And I use Pirate Ship, by the way, pirateship.com. You get like the cheapest rates and all that. These are like small mesh bags. I do samples in here. I'll put like join information in these things. These are called organza bags. You can get them on Amazon. And again, I'm going to show you guys links to all this stuff, okay? Large mesh bags, assorted Mylar bags, which are the ones that you saw those testers in. And I've even put like Scentsy soak in here too. You can do if you don't do like the tubes. Large Mylar bags. These I do for like host packets. Join packets, new consultant packets. I love these ones, these Mylar bags, okay? Also assorted cellophane bags. These are all different sizes. I use these all the time. I do them for my customer mail outs. These you can see I did my felt samples in, okay? I like to try and stay as organized as I can. Large sized here. Assorted stickers, because I'm a crazy person and I love stickers. So I've even made my own stickers. I've had, you know, I love them over time. I've just gathered things. So I like to keep them in a spot. And then all my zip baggies for all my wax samples and any little other things that I'm putting in there. Not going to show you down there, but I also have stuff to make samples in there. I have stuff for parties and events, for team mail, and for customers. And then let me show you here. This isn't like a whole like video of my office. I will do a much thorough one at some point, but I wanted to show you how I prepare myself. These are all my host packets. When someone hosts a party with me, they're good and ready to go. Look at that. I have it ready to go. These are other things that I bulk as well, okay? If you're first sitting down on the spot, someone wants to host a party with you and you're just setting up a packet for them, that's wasting time. So I like to do things like this first, and then maybe I'll throw in a scent circle with like a handwritten note, you know, with each one, so I'm not wasting so much time. These are my opportunity packets with join information. So I have them ready to go when someone wants to think about joining, or I've had a conversation with somebody. I have them good and ready to go. And then these I have to replenish, but those are bag parties that are ready to go. Okay. You're just as tired as I am. Now listen to me. I want to have a conversation with you before I let you go, okay? I know what I just showed you. This is why half the time I don't do videos like this, because people get overwhelmed, okay? They get overwhelmed and they think they need to buy all the things, and they think they need to have all this money, and they say, oh, well, you've been doing Scentsy for so long, it's easy for you to do things like that. No, girl. I make all of my product, all of my samples, I make with products that I've gotten on host rewards, okay? So for instance, Freshen Up Pup, right? This is this sample right here. Dog deodorizing spray. I made this, okay? I made this sample in the little jar. I got this with my hostess rewards. I don't pay full price for my products, okay? I get them on hostess rewards. And the way that I do that is I have parties open all the time, okay? You as a consultant can act as a host. So you should not be placing orders unless you are attaching them to a party. On your workstation, if you have an individual order, let's say you just have one person that wants to order from you, right? Do it as an individual order, but then attach it to a party. I don't care if you have any orders on that party or not. Open a party on your workstation, then do the individual order and say, you know, call your party like, I don't know, September orders, click here, or something like that. September orders, fall orders, whatever. Then so you open your party, then you do the individual order, and then you can attach it. When you put the customer in, it'll say, do you want to attach to a party? Yes, you click yes, and then you can choose which party you want to attach to. Once that order is placed, it's now applying toward hostess rewards on that party, okay? And once the party is 200, so once you have random orders of at least 200, you're going to start racking up hostess rewards, okay? And the more hostess rewards you get, the more you can invest in things like this for your business, okay? You can invest in pet stuff. You can invest in a 6-pack of bars, you know, to make samples with for half the price. Use it on a half price item. You can get it for $15 instead of paying $30, right? Depends on what your hostess rewards look like. But you don't have to come out of pocket to make this stuff, you guys. You think about this stuff wisely and use it to invest back into your business. Like, you know, a lot of times we use our hostess rewards and we're like, oh, I love that scent, I'm going to use it. But use it wisely. Like if you want a warmer fragrance, put some of it in your warmer, but then make the rest, use half of it to make samples. Okay? But I get all of this on hostess rewards. All of the other things I just showed you, like the cello bags, these things, yes, they come out of pocket, but it's also a tax write-off, let's be real. And I do it as I can. I've been doing Scentsy for 6 years. October 2nd will be 6 years that I've been with Scentsy, okay? So please hear me when I say that I don't show you this to overwhelm you. I show you this to show you how I've established myself in 6 years, okay? And so yes, it will take time for you to eventually build up a supply where you can invest in things like this. And I'm not saying that you need to invest in all things like this. You don't need to have freaking 35 Scentsy soak tubes ready to go. You don't have to. But if you have 1 or 2 club members, make 1 or 2 samples that month for them. Okay, but the point is to be intentional with your customers, to be intentional with your sampling. And at the very worst possible case scenario, you always have this super easy, cheap, okay? And so anyway, it's just important that you are focusing on your customers and getting the scents in their noses, okay? And you are focusing on building your Scentsy Club like database. The people who are ordering from you frequently. You should be telling people about Scentsy Club with every purchase. Every purchase, okay? Especially if they've had a $30 purchase or more. Tell them they can get 10% off if they add it to Scentsy Club. Scentsy Club should be your VIPs. That should just be like how it is. And that's how I treat my customers. If you're a Scentsy Clubber, you're my VIP, okay? My VIPs, they get this. Hold on. I just bought a new pack. So my VIPs, I send, like, I'll load them up on samples. Oh my God, where is this? I'll give them a bunch of samples, right? And I put them in like a special gold mailer so they know it's like, ooh, Scentsy Club is here. You can do it however. You can pick any particular color you want. Like, that's just what I happen to do for my Scentsy Club. Sometimes I even send like little boxes. It really depends on what you want to do. But treat them special. And then maybe I'll throw in like some candy with it, or like Halloween coming up. I'm thinking of doing like a pair of like Halloween socks and maybe some like Halloween candy or something. You can make it fun. You can make it unique to you. But I think it's important that the most of all is that to not get overwhelmed in the fluff, because yes, this is fluffy stuff, right? But the intention behind it. Don't make samples if you're not intending to follow up with people. Don't make samples if you're intending to never send them out. That's where the problem is, where it lies, where I see people will be like, oh my God, I'm just spending so much Scentsy time on my Scentsy business. Like, I'm just feeling stuck. And then I'm like, okay, what are you spending the most time on? And 9 times out of 10, people say samples. But if you were getting in return, right, it would be worth it to you, right? So the way that you get that return is through follow-up. You can't just send it out and then hope that they love it and then never talk to them again. You have to send it out and say, oh my gosh, girl, I just sent out your, September scent of the month. Tell me how you love it. And then if they never respond, you could always touch base, say, hey girl, did you ever get that sample that I sent you? How did you like it, right? You want to know what your customers are liking or not liking. You want to know if you sent one of your customers something and she said, oh my God, that was actually really strong. I have like a severe like headache, sensitivity to cinnamon. Right? You would know, oh, that has cinnamon. Let me not send her scents that have cinnamon. You want to cater to your customer. I'm not saying you need to keep track of every single fragrance or sensitivity your customer has, but it's just good to know, like you doing customer service and following up is going to help you automatically know things like that about your customers, because you're going to build relationships with them. And people do business with those who they know, like, and trust, okay? And this helps you establish trust. Taking care of your customers and following up with them. Okay, so follow up after you send a sample to them. Your Scentsy Club members, girls, oh my goodness, just you wait. I just sent out all my club mail. You're gonna get that new Roll the Dice fragrance from our Nightmare Before Christmas collection. And I hooked you up with the new Scentsy Soak Appleberry, right? Like, let them know. And then after they get it, after a few days, girl, did you get that goodie box? Tell me about it. I saw your club order shipped this month. Thank you again so much. Let me know if there is anything in there that that stood out to you or that you want to get more of. And also, you can go on Scentsy Club and edit it to add in those items, those samples that I gave you, okay? And when you do it consistently, remember, 7 times, it takes 7 times for somebody to see something, to finally act on it. So consistently, do this every month where you talk about Scentsy Club with your customers, and I can guarantee you're gonna get Scentsy Club members. And Scentsy Club is guaranteed PRV, guys. It's like a no-brainer. It's so simple. It's just like simple customers. Imagine just having like easy PRV to you every week, and you don't have to really bust your butt too much. I mean, you should always be looking to meet people in your business, always looking to meet new people and do parties and things like that. But I would be lying if I told you that I have been surviving my Scentsy business through COVID off of doing that many parties. I haven't. most of my PRV, and I hit a minimum of 2,000 PRV every month because that's my goal, because once you have 2,000 in sales, you get an additional 5%. You get 30% commission. That's $600 paycheck just on your personal sales. Never mind your team if you're a leader. So 2,000 is always my goal every single month. And I, for the most part, hit that every month through Scentsy Club, through my follow-up, and my repeat orders from my customers with my customer mail out system that I was telling you about. And then, so my parties are additional for me. My parties are extra bread and butter for me to meet people and expand my business. So that's why a lot of times when people do Facebook parties, you know, they're like, oh, my Facebook party flopped. But if you only have a Facebook party going on that month, right, and you don't have other things like Scentsy Club or a customer follow-up system or things like that to fall back on, then you're only relying on that party, that 1 or 2 parties that flopped. And so for me, I will do Facebook parties, but they don't always meet the PRV that I want them to. But at least I know I've met people, I've expanded my business, but I've also have Scentsy Club as like a foundation to keep me going. Does that make sense? So anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. I know I always make this longer than it's necessary, but I hope that this was helpful. And again, please do not feel overwhelmed by this. I've been doing this for 6 years. And so I do know what works and what has worked for me over time. And there's been a ton of things that didn't work and a ton of things that have. And these are just one of the things that have in growing my business, is being consistent in taking care of my customers, and especially now with Scentsy Club, is just like sharing that with them always and making sure that that's my mission every month, is to get 2 new club members a month. Okay, so what, two new club members a month? You'd have, if you did that and got 2 new club members a month, you'd have 24 club members in a year. Can you imagine that? 24 club members in a year. I have some club members who spend easily $200 to $300 a month. So anyway, guys, Scentsy Club, share it. I'll talk to you soon.